Daddy Mac. Dang's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
I've got to pee so bad. That's the first thing. Welcome to the OO show. I heard Matt say something, but he was muted.
No, I can't follow that up.
No, just here's the thing. I'm in a
called the cold open right there.
You guys have been. You guys know where I'm at. I'm at Smokies. I like to try to bed to get in early.
You're in the great outdoors.
Yeah. The problem is I'm in a very public spot with no secret places to pee. There's no alleys. There's nothing. So, first question. I mean, when you guys are in a public spot, where is your secret places to go to pee? Put it in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe.
The answer is that I'm an adult, so I can not have to go right away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had the bladder the size of like a,
chipmunk.
Yeah, it's very small bladder. I've said
Since
this.
I resemble exactly what Rusty was saying, the bad bladder. I'll tell you what when I go to the, so just for me to go even an hour and a half or something. So I'll go to Panera maybe on a Saturday morning. Then I shoot over to the farmer's market downtown, and already the bladder is like, hey, it's been an hour. Let's go. Yeah. So what do you do there? There's no like outdoor commodes. So they got like a little hotel there. And I walk in the front, like, hey, I'm an old person, like I belong in there. And I just go to the washroom and I'll come out, because those are the nicer washrooms. Whereas in the restaurant, they'll say, hey, how can we help you? You can't help me. I need to go, to the thing. So I think, wouldn't you say, Troy, being someone in the bladder club like I am,
Bladder community, yeah.
Bladder community. Wouldn't you say it comes natural? It's a natural skill where when you get to a place, you're scouting it out like a Navy SEAL. You're scouting out the environment,
yes,
where you need to run, because when the bladder says go, it's go. I mean, there's no, when you agree. I mean, that's just how it is.
There's the first thing I do, like a Green Beret, when Absolutely. I go to a location, I'm looking, where's the bathroom? Absolutely. And if there's not a public bathroom, where is a makeshift bathroom? And when Dan and I go eat lunch together, it's a joke because I have a counter. Like I'll count because the
4 to 1, 4 to 2.
And I'm worse than Dan. I really am worse than Dan.
Well, to stick up for Troy, you might if you pump out a couple Diet Cokes, 2 or 3, I'll stick with the water. You'll go 2 or 3 Diet Cokes. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. But then you get up 3-1 on me or something.
Fellas, I'm gonna tell you this. We're amongst friends, just comrades in arms. Obviously, this isn't a public space where people are watching and things like that. But amongst friends, I was driving with a friend one time. We were taking a youth group. It was a youth trip to Michigan. And we were driving to Michigan. And I drove my car because I had to leave early. So we were driving from Tennessee to Michigan, Detroit. And the van was in front of us. And they got ahead of us, and there was no cell phones back then. And I had to pee, and I had to pee really bad. There were no cell phones. I don't know where we're going, so I really do have to figure out a way to keep up with this van. Are you familiar with the Sobo drinks? Do you remember those drinks?
Yes.
Sobo. What were those, like
glass bottles, right?
The glass bottles.
Yes.
Glass bottles.
Yeah.
So my friend who rode with me is napping in the car. He fell asleep, and I went for it. I said, I'm going to try to just drive this car and pee in this bottle real quick.
That's a skill, though. You got to see, that's a skill. You can drive and do that. Wow.
So
that's something.
He woke up.
There's something. I don't know if I call it a skill, but I don't want to encourage Troy, but it's something, Troy.
It's something.
He woke up. He woke up mid-stream and was absolutely terrified.
Was he really?
Yeah. Well, you think about, you wake up and like what are you doing? And then
He
it's a
was
slow
terrified.
realization of what's happening. So
Listen,
anyway,
I'll say this: when you're camping, that's kind of if it's freezing out, you know what I mean, like
Oh, yeah.
really cold. That's what you get. You have an old water bottle, and then it's warm, and you could throw it by your feet. You know, once you cap it, and then it keeps your feet warm. It's like a hot water bottle. It's kind
now
of a
see,
two for
this is what I
one.
love
That's
about
like necessity kind of thing.
This is what I love about Rusty. Rusty will take a story and be like, "Ooh, Troy, that's stupid. That's nasty." Let me tell you a story about how I then take the pee bottle and use it to warm my body.
Well, I've got to act like I'm mortified by you. I mean, it's part of the gig, right? It's part of the gig.
Listen, anyway, welcome to the Oho Show. Last thing, it's Friday.
We're a train wreck today.
Yeah, it's
Where
Friday.
do we go from here?
Markets in turmoil.
Yeah.
And so last thing we were talking about, Dan is in Chicago right now. I'm going to just throw this out to the chat, especially Italian beef or Philly cheesesteak?
That is a great question.
Let me tell you why the Philly cheesesteak starts with one check against it. Let me just, in my opinion, this is just a Chicagoan. If you're from Philly, be nice to me on this one. But here's the thing. I love everything about the Philly cheesesteak. I got one problem. Coming from, my wife's Italian, Sicilian, and if you want some cheese, you get a nice piece of mozzarella, nice piece of cheese. In Philadelphia, it seems like they have this perfect sandwich.
Cook, Dan. Yes.
What do they call it?
Easy cheese. They put easy cheese on it. It's terrible.
It's like, you have this wonderful masterpiece and you finish it wheezy cheese or whatever it is.
Cheese Whiz.
Whiz. I don't know. Something about that is like, somebody made a mistake. Get a nice piece of mozzarella cheese, maybe 2 pieces, stick it on there, done. When you go to Portillo's in Chicago and you get a cheesy beef with Italian, put the Italian beef on, real cheese on top, and then you could put your sweet and hot peppers. But I don't know how you guys feel about spraying something on this Picasso of a sandwich.
Dan, there are things that are opinion and there are things that are fact. And what you just laid down is fact.
It's fact.
And here's the answer to your question, Troy. And I will die on this hill. When you have a sandwich and you're comparing A and B, when you have a food and you have the original version and it's a letdown from what you can get at your local mall.
That's right.
That's everything. So Dan, I was literally going to say the exact same thing because there's 2 places in Philly that everybody's like, you got to go to these 2 places, the Philly cheesesteak, blah, blah, blah. It's Cheese Whiz, which goes great on wheat thins and Triscuits. You don't need it on a fillet of a sandwich. And those cheesesteak places in the mall improved upon the recipe by going mozzarella beach. For those reasons alone, I'm going to get excited. My microphone's going to start clipping out here. The only answer is Italian beef.
Thank you. That's right.
You're correct, Stan. That is correct.
Here's a fact for you. We're talking in facts today.
Facts today.
Before Rocky Balboa won that championship against Apollo Creed, Philadelphia was a cesspool. And after he won it and he left and he had to go to Russia to fight the Russian, Philly continued to be a cesspool. So shout out to my Philly people.
Wow.
Geez.
Yeah. But listen, I will say this, but here's the thing. I love Philly and I love Philly cheesesteak.
We can tell.
You can tell.
Philly
from the mall.
Philly cheesesteaks, listen to me. Yes, is Cheese Whiz not superior to regular cheese? That's correct. Is Cheese Whiz cheese? And this is what you're missing.
Barely.
We're not talking about cheese. No, we're not talking about cheese.
Are you talking about Whiz? Are we taking the conversation full circle here?
They put that's a different product. And when you put that than cheese, because you can't say that's cheese.
Right.
So when you put an aerosol can of food on your sandwich,
wow,
and you can make it good.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, if they want to stay down that road, right? Take out the word cheese. Just call it, hey guys, this is Whiz, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Philly aerosol can.
Yeah.
Philly steak aerosol.
Yeah, Philly steak.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. Well, listen, Rusty, you decide. Rusty really won't eat any of these. Just,
You would eat
but
them without the bread.
Yeah. So what are we deciding? I'll
Italian
say they're
beef.
both. I think they both are inferior cuts of meat. They're just. I mean, you go look at the history of them. They're just thinly sliced sirloin steak. It's basically it's a depression era meal that people are like, we need to stretch this bad
That's right.
beef further.
They
Let's
gotta make it
slice
good.
it thin, and then like, how can we get even cheaper cheese whiz in the Philly cheesesteak stuff? So it's just they're both okay. I can't get excited about either one. It's like
You've never
you
had my
know,
Italian beef.
yeah, do you like water, Rusty, or do you like water with a little lemon? I'm like, I don't know. I guess yeah, it's fine. Not gonna get excited either way.
I didn't know we had the Great Gatsby on.
The great.
He only comes out. We keep him in the mines. He's
Just making
the rest
fun
of the
of. He
week.
comes out of the mines and then he just makes fun of all our.
These
food.
are nuggets. These are good nuggets.
Depression era food.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Well, listen, I mean, I get that. I understand that. Obviously, the correct answer is the gabagool. You take a gabagool sandwich and then you go from there. So, anyway, well, this discussion's not going to go away. I mean, because those sandwiches aren't going to go away. And so, I think probably one day what we're going to have to do is do a live cooking show. Matt shows the Italian beef.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll cook a Philly cheesesteak up. I'll be Philly's guy, and then
I'll bring some to our next meeting. It travels great.
And if you sit here and if you're like, how could Troy be the Philly cheesecake guy? He just made fun of Philly. Well, if you know Philly sports at all, they don't mind making fun of their own people. That's a very common thing.
They make fun of everybody. They make fun of other people as well.
For sure. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, listen, market in turmoil.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Down
34 points.
Down 34 points.
And Vic still won't hit 17.
That's right. If you're getting wrecked with a 34-point move down, blessings to you. I have a feeling maybe you had a bad position on. So, but what we're going to talk about today is a little bit different. So I'm taking a break today, just for today, from the small account challenge.
Oh, because
I've been working on an idea, and I'm going to give you guys a fun little idea to go into the weekend. So, I've been thinking about this for years of like, how do you, what is, if you're going to sell a condor, an iron condor, what's the dream? Like when you're talking about perfect conditions for an iron condor, what would be like your ideal?
VIX 9000.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean? Are you asking about like what the market's like, or the way like more
the
technical
way you
about the condor? Or?
Technical about the condor. Like in a perfect world, what would make the best condor? And this is a convoluted question, so I'll just give you my version of it. In a perfect world, I've thought about condors for a long time, and I thought, I mean, if you had the magic ability to leg into a condor with ideal situations at VIX 900.
To leg into one? Well, you could leg into them and make them free. You can make zero risk condors. Is that where you're going with that?
Well, that's the perfect situation. That's the perfect situation, but it's very difficult to do. So I've been playing around with the idea of, I'm starting with the put spread to look at situations where you say, and we might continue this next week, we might not. It depends on some small account challenge stuff too, how well we do with that. But I'm going to show you what I got real quick, okay? This is a put spread.
This is a tease.
Hey,
this
Troy,
is exciting.
can I just say maybe 10 seconds just on you got me on your what makes the perfect iron condor?
Yeah.
Real quick. So I was just thinking, because I get this, there's this myth. The myth in my opinion, in the options world is, for an iron condor, everybody would say, I want high IV, without looking at and say, hey, think of COVID, right? Went from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 vol to 60 to 70 and 80. And if you were selling all the way up, you ran out of capital maybe at 40 or 50 IV. You couldn't do anything at 80. So I think perfect conditions would be high IV, but here's where number 2 comes in. Once why do you get IV? The market's tanking, right? So I want the market to stabilize a little bit. So instead of like in COVID selling an 80 IV, much more happy selling a 50 after the SPX convinced us the world's not going to end. So I think that's where people miss out and say, well, I want the high IV percentile. I want high IV percentile, but what's the most important thing in any range bound trade? Price movement, right? Price, then volatility. So you want stability until that vehicle stabilizes. That's the thing. And then the second thing is, if it is really high vol, right? Market stabilize, in that case, I would go further out duration. Nothing wrong with the 0-day stuff, but I also would have some further out duration because there's a lot more premium there. So I just wanted to bring that up because I think people right away they take the hook, right? What do you want for iron con? I want the high vol. But you're forgetting, why is the IV high? Because the market's tanking. What you want a little more stability in the price. But anyway, sorry to.
No, that's perfect. I mean, I think the other part, what you want is you'd like some Cheese Whiz on it. You'd like an aerosol can.
Oh, listen.
What is the options equivalent of cheese whizzing a put spread? I want to know, like, where you've got to take this analogy home. You got to bring it home.
It's probably it's probably trying to do it on XSP where you actually have to exit.
XSP,
where you can never exit the put spread.
You can't.
It's a ride or die.
I had 50-cent slippage on a 50-cent. Like what?
Yeah.
That better be a one wide XSP trade where you just
listen
into the moon, whatever.
Well, listen. Here's my put spread. Okay, let's talk about it. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it's worth talking about.
You showed it. I'm intrigued. Here we go.
Okay, so this is a put spread that you see.
Min up 9, max
more.
10. Yeah,
and Rusty, you don't ever get to do this. I like to just throw these things to Matt all the time and say, Matt, what is this? Rusty, what is this? What are you looking at, Rusty?
So it's clearly a put spread. It's percentage based, so it scales pretty well through time. You could probably test this back pretty far, right? Running every day, 0-day. You're allocating a tiny little baby amount to your portfolio, but it doesn't take much because it's not a super wide. It's not like you got 5-cent wings or 200 wide wings on the long. VIX max of 25 means that you're potentially, 25 VIX can get spicy, but we're not in a correction, right? We're not selling off because of the tariffs got pretty high earlier this year or COVID. But then the move up min 10, max 10. Wait, if it's exactly between a 9 and 10 point move?
Cheese Whiz, baby.
That's the most oddly specific. I mean, you get a lot of trades somehow out of it.
Cheese Whiz.
I don't. So you got juiced vol and some amount of move from open at 10 o'clock and after, where you're floating all day waiting for this magical movement amount. That's a weird. I gotta say, it's a weird. It's a weird trade. I'm just gonna say.
Troy, could you explain the leg thing real quick? How you're picking the short and long leg? Maybe give. I see.
Yeah. So basically the short, when you say by percentage, you're saying away from the money.
Out of the money.
So yeah, out of the money. So you have a 0% basically is going to be at the money.
Okay, so at the money. Okay.
Yeah, and then the long is going to be 0.25% out of the money.
Yeah.
0.25%. So we're talking, what would be the width in the trade block?
Good question. So on average, 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say 15 points.
15.
Okay.
Yeah, about 15 points.
Okay.
6,000 point vehicle, 15 points. Yeah.
And one other thing, it's a ride or die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I didn't mention that I buried the lead, which is
No.
You could do this on XSP.
You could actually do this on XSP.
So
have the same amount of slippage for XSP.
Good risk reward, right? You're getting around a $9 or $10 credit.
You're getting less than that. You're getting about $5.
Okay, so $5, so $10 a margin, right?
Yeah, you're risking. Yeah, you're risking 2 to make 1.
And you see it in the average. Yeah, the max loser's about 1,000.
And look at that win percent. Exactly 2/3.
Yeah, I got to change that win percent. I don't like that number. You want to get to 7.7 personally speaking.
I mean, what happens if you change the move up like to max? If you go 9-10, you go like 8-10.
Well,
11.
I'm glad you asked because I have another test for you.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So this.
Did we say? Oh, never mind.
Time's
Why did
up.
you pick 9 and 10?
Let's do this. Just for the fun of it, just to see if I could get any instances from it.
I mean, this is. Oh wait, same identical win percentage, Troy.
Yeah.
So this is interesting to me. I thought.
Wait, how many trades are there in both?
So first one has 359. This one has 347.
Okay.
Now, you get the idea. So this is what I was thinking. I don't know if this will work or not, but I don't know karate, but I know crazy.
Preach.
I can verify.
You see people doing MEIC, multiple entry iron condors all day. And in my mind, they're based on time. But I had this idea of thought about what would it look like if you rode the dragon a little bit? If you rode the dragon down on these situations. Now in this case, because the put spread, it's going up, and that's the key. It's like as it's going up, you're selling, you're chasing the dragon. I think that's a drug.
You're
reference.
trend following. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where the heck is this? These analogies are colliding.
Yeah.
But
that's the
on the
advantage.
dragon's
Right?
head.
You're trying to
cheese
assure
whiz on the
that-
dragon's head.
That's how
That old chestnut. That my grandpa used to say that. I don't know what the heck that means.
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times.
The cheese whiz on the dragon's head. Hey, listen, it rhymes. It's kind of or kind of rhymes almost.
So anyway, I mean that thought. Now I will say this. Here's the downside of this. I began this thing with saying like Iron Condor would be a dream to be able to figure out how to do this. When you're chasing call spreads down, that's a losing game.
Yeah.
That's a losing game, especially zero day.
Yeah,
especially 0 day.
It's tough.
So I don't know how to solve that other side. But I mean, here's the thing, guys. That's kind of a ridiculous trade. That if you just said at various times as the market's going up, just sell a put spread underneath it. And if it goes up, 9 to 10 points, sell a put spread. And if it goes up 15 points, sell a put spread. Just keep selling the put spreads.
Does it fall apart if you do like a 5 to 20 point move? You know what I mean? Like a decent move, but not too much to where all the juice is gone. I'm just curious. Just 5-point move is, you don't want to be deked out by some dumb little blip or something.
But what's going to happen though is it's only ever going to, the 5 to 20, like realistically, it's only ever going to get 5 to 6 points because just the way the floating entry works.
Well, but the reason it's from entry, okay, so you get a lot more trades this way.
Yeah.
Here's my point. It can move up 20 points from open to 10 o'clock. And it's like, well, maybe you don't want to trade that. I don't know.
Sure.
Because it's too many, Rusty, you're saying? Too many
like
points?
maybe it goes up 20 points and then is it just going to sit there all day? Is it going to mean revert? Like that seems like a violent move in the first half hour. I don't know if,
Well, it's not the first half hour though. I mean, that's why we're starting it at 10.
You're starting at 10, so you're avoiding the gaps and that type of thing.
You're saying between 10 and 2:15 if we move up.
No, the move up condition measures it from
Oh, sorry. Here, listen, on the first one.
the day to when the trade opens.
No, hold on.
Move up is from 9:32 to any time in that range.
I'm using intraday movement.
Right. That's what intraday movement is.
That's true. Well, that's true. I see what you're saying, but you're going to look at how you're doing it though. So you're saying like this first one, 10:20, right? Now you're going to get some of these at 10 o'clock where it's happened. So what would be interesting is a way to say like, I mean, this would be 11:16.
Yeah, there's a lot that are after 10 is your point.
Yeah.
11:18, 10:20, 12:27, 10:03, whatever. Yeah.
Let me throw the link in here real quick.
Hey, Troy, I was just thinking, I don't know if this is possible to do. But like just to bring in, you had mentioned iron condor at the beginning. So let's say you put in here, it goes up 10 or whatever. You get the iron, you have the put credit spread. All right, so you're going trending up. Could you put some trigger like, okay, if it goes up another X amount of points, sell the call spread?
You could. Oh, well, not in our platform. You'd have to. What you could do. The easiest way to do that in the backtester would say do an exit on this trade and when it moves up, so that it goes on, exit when it goes up maybe 0.5%.
Okay.
Record those exit times and then do a CSV backtest. It's pretty complex to do that right now.
Yeah.
We don't have one trade triggers another trade currently, or we don't have that kind of multi-trade.
Yeah.
Ob-tab, one backtest triggers another backtest.
Yeah, you can re-enter and things like that. But
one test.
Yeah, it flows off the tongue, that old ob-tab.
The old ob-tab. So here's the interesting thing about this. Troy, can you run this backtest without just do it at a 10 o'clock? Oh, well, do this. Do a 10:01 entry and take off the move up condition. I'm just, yeah, and take off floating entry. Yeah. And take off, take off the move. I'm just curious.
You just want to compare?
Yeah.
See what the edge is. There's got to be an edge. Is the
point?
There's
got it.
Yeah. Because I think the thesis here is right. Like, Troy, this is a way of trend following, right?
Yeah.
And this is a way of the classic TLA on OO. Throwing a few more acronyms at you. JSP. This is JSP. Just sell puts spreads. Just sell put spreads.
So there you
look at the difference.
Yeah.
That's a significant difference in capture rate.
Yep. And
now what's interesting, the win rate changes. The win rate changes not that dramatically, but it does change. But the capture rate changes quite a bit.
Well, I think it is a dramatic change because 5% when you're at a razor's edge, when you're already your winners are smaller than your losers. That is
the math.
Your edge is not very big, and so 5%
right.
is actually a pretty giant win rate difference.
Well, and that Rusty, that's a great point because we have folks on the Discord who get on, and even just this week, there's a couple different reactions that are interesting, and this is common where people get on and they expect most backtests to work. It's like, guys, most backtests are not going to be good. Like the pricing in the options market is a very sophisticated modeling that's changing constantly using the smartest people and the best systems in the world. Like the edge is not going to fall off the tree and hit you on the head in general.
But I would say, oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
But it's still very possible. And like the flip side of there's no good trade. There's no way to do this mechanically, which if you read the Reddit options forums, that's what you'll think. And those people are dead wrong as well. I mean, there's people doing it every day that have been doing it for years. It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I started this yesterday looking at the idea, what I wanted to find, because this is trend following, but actually to really, if you could find an edge in saying basically like, I'm going to figure out the trigger for when we've gone low enough and you flip this. And that's what I was starting with, is to say, when you move down, when you move down 5 to 20, put a put spread on.
It's harder because when you say it's harder, because when you look at this, the dates since weekly started, I mean, you're in basically an uptrending market. Right?
Yeah.
So to flip that, now you're saying in a downtrending market,
yes,
it's not going to be as
it is, and this is the thing, is like it is like during Liberation Day that week, you could sell a 15 wide put spread, get $2 that was 450 points away, 0 day.
Right. 450 points.
Yeah, I would argue that is easy to trade if you're okay with staying small. The problem is what happens is you're already wrecked because all your positions you've lost so much money on that move down already that you're like, I don't want to do anything.
Troy,
Right.
it was funny. I mean, if my memory serves me correct, which I doubt my memory, but 0 day 10 Delta iron condors in that early April when the VIX was crazy.
Yeah.
I think you were getting 200 points from the 2 shorts. If I'm correct, maybe somebody in the chat if they're doing it, but I think it was like crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, and I get it now why a lot of the iron condor people, once the vols went down, it's like Charlie Brown, life is over now, right? It's like, why would I even come to the office now? Now I'm getting, no room between the shorts, I'm done. But, different environment. Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I like the idea. I'm not a big premium selling guy, but I do like the idea of trying to find. I mean, it's in my mind, it's the golden goose. Is if you could find something that's not trend setting, but like really in a perfect world, if you could find something that like you're going against the trend, but you really have found the spot to sell the spread as it's going down, and then you play the mean reversion. But what this kind of shows me, which is disappointing to be honest, is that honestly, you want to just ride the waves. And everything in my contrarian nature goes against that.
The dragon's tail. It's a wild ride. Just hold
Troy,
on.
how about like what Rusty said? How about if you did a back test to go along with your, okay, what can we do for the downside? I'd almost come the opposite and say, okay, when we're up, because I still remember one of you guys said some months ago that we don't have that many up 1% days. You remember that kind of, something was going on with that. So I'm thinking like, well, what if days where we're up 40 or 50, in the first hour and a half? It's, if you tested something like that and said, okay, if we only did 0 day call credit spreads when SPX is up, 0.5% or 0.75%. I don't know what the number would be. Maybe that would skin the cat, Troy. I don't know. I mean, at least you're starting.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch this real quick. And I'm going to say, I'm going to get crazy. I'm going to say
this is it's crazy.
Sorry. You don't get many instances.
I think we need.
Because it's a gap up.
Yeah.
It's a 1% gap up.
You're right.
Whew. But that's a bit. Could you go less than 1%? Maybe. Does that seem too much?
Probably.
It's a big gap. But in the market, you see there's only 24 instances of that. Which it's not a lot. It's still a negative expectancy trade. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you open up one now, this would be the test real quick. I'd be interested. You said on a gap up,
Buy a call.
Buy the call at the open.
Oh,
that's not great either. Now you don't.
There's only 7 trades.
Yeah.
wow.
Well, it's because you can't. You probably don't have enough funds. You need to
hold on. Let me
ignore the MR and do a 1 lot or something. I don't know.
That's gonna. Hold on, am I? Oh, I ran the wrong one. Confound it. I'm sitting here running a test that you guys aren't seeing. Hold on. I'm going to buy the call. I'm going to say gap up.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, just for the sake of it, just for clarity here real quick.
Yeah.
There you go. So
I mean, you get some monster winners, but you have some monster. I mean, you're some pretty chunky losers as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a 10 wide. I'm going to sell a 10 wide call spread.
Sell. Okay.
With a 25% out of the.
It's Trixie.
Yeah. 25% of the money. So that's a tough. And so now you look.
Show you selling calls is garbage, and so is buying calls. A lot of the time. Let's be honest. I don't ever want to sell calls, and buying calls, the Greeks are against you too.
Yeah.
Just a long call. If it's a call debit spread, you get a little better with the Greeks.
A little bit better.
That's my hot take.
There you go. Got it to 0. The old 0 mar.
You paid for a plane ticket.
You got the premium
$100
capture rate to show up.
Yeah. So I mean, those days are tough. That actually just showed we could do a whole show on that. Those gap days are tough.
Troy, did you do like something closer to 0.50 on the short?
Could.
Listen, broken wing butterfly
Oh, that's
would be
close.
interesting.
Oh yeah, Troy's broken wing, the one, yeah.
So now, we're buying a put debit spread.
Oh, this is
No,
buying.
we're selling a put
Selling
debit
put
spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, black out all calendar dates of the losers. I don't know if that's what you're saying, James, but that's how I read it. Just go into the losers, black out all those dates.
Well, listen, we show you the losers so that you guys can be the winners.
That's
at
right.
Option Omega.
Wow,
That's
I like
right.
And we can do that, and that's in my mind what we just did is the beauty of back testing is on a gap up. You might think to yourself, I should sell a call spread. That's a no brainer.
That's right.
And you can back test. And why, Matt? Why can you do that?
Because we have a world-class back tester. Is that what you're saying?
Now Dan, when in your career, in a previous iteration, did you guys have a world-class back tester?
We never had a world-class back tester when I was in the pits.
Soccer sucks. Woo! That's a trifecta.
Hey, Troy, one last thing. Can I bring up the only thing like on these calls, do you guys think, which I know the tool can do, what the world-class back tester can do, sometimes on these gap ups, sometimes we always think we have to do our size. I do I do 5 contracts. I always have to do 5. I think scaling and, just size is very important. Scaling, if it gaps up, I've done this before. I'll sell, let's say I want to do a total of 5 contracts. I'll sell 2, right? And that way, if it goes up, I'm fine. But if it goes down, at least I'm in the game. Same, I do that with VIX spreads. Like VIX, when it hit 15 yesterday or whatever, hey, I got in it, buying VIX verticals at 19. If I bought them at 19, I ought to buy them at 15. But that's not the right thinking. The thinking is, if I had $1,000 allocated to buy VIX verticals, well, then I still have some capital left. So I think scaling might be something to look at in these call credit spreads and a gap up. Just an idea.
I like that a lot. Yeah, to be able to, that way you're still putting if it's still positive expectancy, right?
Yeah,
if it's still a decent trade, it's just not ideal conditions.
Yeah.
At least you're still putting your money to work a little bit rather than just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That might be something we play around with. So one of the things is I like if you can find some sort of trigger or filter or whatever to be able to scale / put the cheese whiz on the dragon's head, we could then move it into a small account challenge situation. I do feel confident about that.
Yeah.
So, but fellas, listen, we've got more important things to hit. Speaking of the dragon's head, we are down 37 points right now. And
Crash.
So
MVGA.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and we'll go from there. So
Oasis
listen,
or the Verve, though.
I was hoping for some more upward movement. I'll say this, just because I was looking for some low VIX to buy puts long term, just as hedges. I don't like buying insurance when it's expensive, and so I'm always kind of, when we get close to that range, I'm always like, I'm like Troy. I just kind of do this, and I'm waiting to buy.
You're the meme of the guy.
I'm the meme of the guy. I'm like, all right, just because there's so many risks still in the market, and you're like,
that's right.
VIX got to like 15.7 yesterday, and I was like,
crazy.
almost salivating. I was not quite there, but it was close.
Well, as someone who has lost so many times with VIX, I agree completely. That's those two things combined. Dan, have fun in Chicago. I imagine are you going to Navy Pier today?
Well, you mentioned we were going downtown for a little bit today, and we were thinking if you're ever in Chicago, anybody, and in Mexican, it's called Frontera Grill. It was by Rick Bayless, who used to be on like Food Shopping. But if you like authentic Mexican food, very authentic, very
no cheese
good.
whiz.
Reasonable price. Yeah, Frontera Grill is good. And he's got the Frontera Grill. You can sit down. But if you want, hey, I'm going down to the lake to sit by the water.
Nice.
He's got a street food place at the corner, Mexican street food. So you can grab some authentic Mexican street food, walk 3 blocks, 4 blocks to the lake, eat your Mexican street food. So that's,
I think I would really like, basically this thing, the first time, this is what I think we should do. Can we all 4 agree on this? That the first time we have 1,000 people watching the OO show live, we need to celebrate that by going to Chicago and doing a food tour with Dan.
Oh, that'd be fun.
oh,
We record each spot, do 5 spots. We go to Dan's food tour.
And then every food spot has to be some sort of comparison to a trade. Like this
trade,
is
yeah.
Okay.
5
like
trades.
that.
5 trades. What is the deep dish? What is the deep dish?
Lou Malnati's. What is Lou Malnati's?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be deep. I mean, you have some good choices there for the deep dish, even though most Chicagoans, because deep dish, it's a great, I'm not going to say it's a
great tourist food in it. Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of, most people are just, hey, they're in their neighborhood. Every neighborhood has a good pizzeria that Mario came over from Sicily 40 years ago. The family's still running it. And it's phenomenal, more thinner pizza, not as thin as New York. But the pan is, you got to be in the mood, wouldn't you say? Because pan, you're going to need a nap immediately after.
You're in a coma.
You're in a coma. It's a tough to nail 2-3 pieces of that. It's a big deal.
Well, challenge accepted.
Yeah. I like that. Challenge accepted. Yeah.
All right, guys. You have a good day, and we will talk to you.